Welcome back to the tube. Another vlog 2.0. The first one went way better than I expected. Way better than I expected. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for liking it, watching it, subscribing to it, whatever the case may be. Now, I know I did a bit of promo and said at the end of the video that for every one like the video gets will be a donut I consume and film post-comp. But it got over 50 likes, and that went way beyond what I thought it was going to do. So I'm going to figure out an alternative to that, but I'm definitely going to film something fun, something food related. Anybody that competes or has competed before, I don't know if it's normality to most people, but to me, I watch so much eating YouTube stuff, whether it's Eric the Electric, Beard Meets Food, Katina Eats Kilos, Joel Hansen, like all those guys, watch all of them smash bulk food and do eating challenges and things like that. So every time I prep, I get like this obsession with eating stupid amounts of food. I do it one time and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. But the idea is still there. But for the time being, meal one today, we've just got cream of rice, chopped peanut butter protein powder, and a drizzle of peanut butter. I used my last banana last night, so I've got no banana. Normally I put banana in this. And then I've been absolutely loving this meal. You get to the end of prep, and it's the simple things in life that you really do start to appreciate. But just cream of rice, protein powder, banana, peanut butter, a little bit of cinnamon, heaven to me, heaven. Are you a peanut butter person? Comment down below. Do you prefer peanut butter, almond butter, cashew butter? I don't know. What are your nut butter preferences? People do like the ABC spreads. Do you do like the all natural, or do you just grab whatever off the shelf, whatever's on special? I've never been massive into peanut butter. You know, when I started bodybuilding and there was all this obsession with bodybuilders and peanut butter, I never really understood it or like comprehended it. I don't know what has flipped since being over in the US, but I just want peanut butter everything. But today is the day. You can see I'm freshly shaved, so we're all clean shaven. Did a big shave down in the bath last night. We've got tan today. We've got athlete Rego today. We've got last day of carb up today. I'm going to try and vlog it all. I'd love to try and get a haircut of some kind. But I don't know what the barber situation is like in New Mexico, but I'll figure something out. I posted a link to a Q&A question box on my Instagram, and we've got a few questions come through. So we'll roll through a couple of those questions. I've got to get to the laundry because this is my last day here at this hotel before I fly across to Oklahoma for the last place of the tour. So I'm going to do some laundry. So I'll do some questions at like different stages in the video. So I'll do a couple of questions now. I'll do a couple of questions when we're at the laundromat. I'm probably going to do some steps today. So I'll do a couple of questions on the treadmill. Probably just a couple of rounds of posing. So I'll get some posing rounds filmed as well. And then we've got the tan. And then we've got the athlete check-in. And then we rest up, put a movie on, get ready for tomorrow. So that's pretty much where we're at today. But let's go through some of the Q&As. And see what we got. First question, what has been your biggest challenge you've had to overcome on the tour thus far? Probably gyms, to be honest with you. Finding a gym that just has everything that I need to train and do cardio and be a good vibe. That's probably been the hardest thing to source out whilst being over here in the US. The gym culture here is very, very different. So food's been fine. Prep is the same wherever you are. Cardio is cardio. Calories are calorie. Sleep's non-existent. So the biggest challenge I've had to overcome thus far has probably been gyms. How long will this off-season be, and what are you going to focus on? Great question. The limit doesn't exist. I don't put a time limit on it per se. I'm trying to accomplish a specific look. I'm trying to accomplish some specific metrics. You know, the biggest thing that I've noticed since being over here is obviously, you know, size overall is still going to come up a little bit. Biggest areas of focus for me are definitely always my arms, definitely always my quad sweep, and probably some back thickness as well. They're probably the three most glaring things that I need to bring up and work on in the off season. Overall density, overall muscularity, probably a bit more upper chest. So very much of the same, to be honest with you. So lots of heavy deadlifting coming this off season, lots of arm days with some really good quality contractions, and then lots of incline pressing. So the goal is to pull 7 plates off the floor, RDL for reps. So that's going to be the goal this off season. The goal will be to incline Smith press 4 plates aside for reps with no assistance, no bands, and hopefully we can bicep curl the 15 kilos this year. That'd be a great time. Who is your biggest inspiration? Ooh, inspiration. When you're talking about what inspires me to be better, hands down, it's my daughter. There's no question about that. She inspires me to be the best version of me that I can possibly be. In terms of who inspires me from like a who do I want to get to type of standpoint, or like who inspires me from a drive standpoint as another athlete in this industry. I mean, obviously Chris Bumstead's one. The humility and the professionalism that he conducts himself with is something that I embody. Someone like Luke Sandow was someone that really, really was a big influence on me. He was a single dad, a guy that struggled with mental health a little bit, was really open with that. He sort of dealt with his trauma the same way that I deal with my trauma, with inappropriate humor. He was someone that I really gravitated towards. And then I'm a big fan of Ian Valliere, same thing, some guy that just speaks his mind. He's always true to himself, always honest, always does what he thinks is best in every scenario, regardless of the outcome. So I guess from an inspiration standpoint, it comes from less of a bodybuilding sentiment and more of a mindset and perspective inspiration sort of standpoint, which is interesting. I never really came to terms with that until now. But anyway, that is it. I'm going to eat some cream of rice. Then we're going to go down to the laundromat. See where we are next. And we're back. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Hopefully you can see me okay. But lifestyles of a traveling professional bodybuilder sitting in a dingy hotel room laundromat, washing my clothes, hoping and praying that the tan comes out of whatever's stained with content. A couple more Q&As. The biggest highlight so far from the tour, the environment that was the New York Pro. So like all the pros, all the open pros, all the guys you see on IG, all the guys you see at the Olympia, just roaming around, chatting shit, dapping each other up, talking amongst themselves, just being bodybuilders, you know? That was probably one of the biggest highlights. And then obviously walking out onto the New York Pro stage myself, like that was a culmination of a lot of things. So I was really, really happy with that. Favorite and least favorite part of the prep process. So my favorite part is definitely the structure, definitely the mental approach, the challenging oneself, and because it's such an individual pursuit, I guess me being the type of person I am, being able to lock in and just do my own thing every single day, that's probably my favorite part, just enjoying the process and being locked into the monotony of every day doing the 1%ers and ticking those boxes and making sure I'm on top of everything I need to be on top of. The least favorite part of the prep process is probably either not so much from a social aspect, but just with my daughter specifically. Little things like taking my daughter to the movies, taking my daughter out for ice cream, and just little bits and pieces like that. They're probably the least favorite part of prep is too much structure, I think, and not having that flexibility. How keen are you to return back to off-season cals and get your strength up, pussy? I'm so ready. Like, I've harped on this a bunch of times, but you know, my favorite part about bodybuilding is the act of bodybuilding. So eating, training, sleeping, living the bodybuilding life. You know, training is a really big part of why I do what I do, and not being able to train to my fullest potential has been a real big issue. One more week left of prep, and then we're straight back into fully structured, proper off-season. You know, I'll obviously take a week or two to rest and recover and get home and get my bearings and everything sorted there. And then I've already got a pretty good idea of where I'm going to start from a food standpoint. I already know what weaknesses I want to work on, grow out of the show with. So, Arnon, you're only going to be stronger than me pushing for another maybe 3 weeks max, and then I'm coming for everything. That'll do it for here, I think. Hopefully the noise in the background from the 1950s washer and dryer hasn't fucked with the audio too much. So, see you in the next one. I'm going to go get some steps. Maybe I'll get some later, but it's too nice outside not to answer a few more questions. Chilling. Someone said no questions, just fangirling over here. Well, isn't that nice? That's very humbling. Someone said mindset during peak week, during energy waves, food and dopamine dumps. You can tell this has come from a competitor. AJ, you're the fucking man. So it's really up and down, isn't it? Peak week is a roller coaster, for lack of a better term. You've got food going in, you've got food going out, you've got output increasing, decreasing, you've got fatigue, you've got sleep, if you can, for longer than 2 hours at a time, you're pissing non-stop. You look at your physique 1 hour and you're super happy with it. You think you could qualify for the Olympia, and then you look at it an hour later and you're like, probably wouldn't place in an amateur show. But that's the trials and tribulations of comp prep and the mental fortitude that you need to sort of go through that. And, you know, once you start to play around with anabolics and obviously being in a deficit for so long, 3 peak weeks back to back to back, we're trying to balance a specific look and trying to learn my body as well. And I've never been at this weight before, so needing specific amounts of food to fill back up and not spill over, and the water and the sodium. It's just non-stop. There's so many things that play a role and there's so many variables that go into it. But overall, my mindset has been really, really good. You know, I'm a very solo person. I'm a very individual person. So me being here by myself hasn't thrown me out too much. Kind of just get into my routine and do what I need to do. But all in all, it's been a very, very, very positive experience. I'm super thankful that I've stayed as long as I have and that I've done what I have. I haven't just come over and done one show and then partied and left. I've really locked in and focused and been a professional bodybuilder. And I think that's what I wanted to take away from this, is to show myself that I can travel and compete and work and live my life to the best of my abilities and not be pushed too far back by traveling and competing and being a professional bodybuilder. How has the heat affected your body for this show versus the others? Yeah, look, not a massive amount, not as much as you think. The heat here is quite dry. If it was very humid, it would be a very different story, I think. But because the heat's quite dry, I keep my fluids up. It's very similar to Melbourne weather. So it's like high 20s, low 30s, but not quite dry, not a massive wind, or it's not too sticky or anything like that. But it's just making sure that my water intake is up nice and high. And in saying that, I actually need to go and pee right now. So I'm actually going to go do that. But we'll answer one more question, then we'll go to the toilet. Then maybe we'll get some steps in. Down for it. Man, proofread your questions, please. Down for it, out eat the buffet with the... Oh, okay, so that kind of makes sense. Down for it, out eat the buffet with the boys when you back to recomp / gain 15 kilos in one night. Josh, I could eat you under the table for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and it wouldn't be an issue. Wouldn't even break a sweat. No. In saying that, actually, like my appetite actually isn't that amazing. Like, I feel like post-comp, I've sort of done a cheat meal of some sorts. Like, it's just been like a burger and fry or like a couple of slices of pizza or whatever. And then after I've had like a couple savory things and a couple of sweet things, I'm like, I'm done. Like, I'm full. I guess you get so caught up in eating smaller meals, you know, you've been prepping for so long that your stomach does actually kind of shrink a little bit. So, you know, me being not a massive eater anyway, I don't like to eat massive amounts of food in the off season. I've done it. We've all done it. To get to a specific size, you've got to do it. You don't have a choice. Food is the be all and end all, and that's definitely what's going to happen this off season as I look to push up to sort of that 120 kilogram mark, which is phenomenal in the off season with a good look. That should set me up for where I want to be. So, but yes, let's go crush some all-you-can-eat buffet. We'll have a bit of a showdown. We might film it while we're at it. See how many calories we can put down. I've still got to figure out what I'm going to do with these 50 fucking donuts. But
what's up, you guys? I'm Chris. I'm the owner of Center Podium. We've been doing shows since 2011, really trying to make it an athlete-centric experience. We've been live streaming since 2012, so you can bet this one's going to be live streamed like all Center Podium shows. And we also cover a bunch of other people's shows too. So Center Podium TV, that's the spot to go if you want to catch some of the show tomorrow.
So everyone that's been coming at me about the live stream in Shreveport last week, don't come directed at me. If you have any issue with the live stream, talk to Chris. He's going to be the one to go to.
You just message us if you have any problems.
There you go. All sorted. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it.
Good luck.
Thank you.
It's all about the athletes, you know. It's not the athletes, just a promoter and a coach sitting here like nothing to do. So we appreciate that.
Wow, is everybody 5'10" and a half?
Is it 5'10"?
Three people 5'10" and a half.
Yeah, we're all 5'10" and a half. 100%.
Must be the elevation.
Stand on it, stand. So you're doing a 219. 217.4. What was the last guy?
Was he 217.4?
Yeah, 17.
Whoa. Yeah. What was your weight, bro? It's my man Kirk right here. Exactly 5'10" and a half. Exactly 217.4. We should look identical on stage, bro.
Yeah, let's get side by side, right?
Let's do it 100%.
10 and a half. So I just need your signature and date right there.
Number 4.
You are number 4.
Lucky number 4.
Lucky number 4.
And that is a wrap on today, guys. I just finished up with some posing, jumped on a call with Tom, made sure we had a good game plan for tonight's set. So we got 2 more meals, 75 grams of carbs in each meal, marginal proteins, marginal fats, a little bit of sodium, and we're going to keep pushing the water in. So still got a bit more to fill up. I'll put some overlay of my posing over the top of this. So we'll get those 2 meals in. They're doing a Star Wars movie marathon on whatever channel I'm watching right now, and they're just up to Return of the Jedi. So I'm going to make some meals, hop into bed, put this movie on, kick back, chill out. Tomorrow's game day. I'm super excited. Small lineup, only 7 guys in the show, but it's going to be one hell of a trip. Check-in was all sweet, tan was all sweet, so we've got one more coat of tan in the morning, and then prejudging starts at 11 o'clock my time, AM, which will be 3 a.m. Melbourne time, which is not ideal. But there is a live stream at least. If anyone does shit the bed and get up and want to watch it, then they're welcome to do so. So I'll try and vlog as much as I can tomorrow. Obviously, me having the camera by myself, being backstage, doing all my shit by myself, it's going to be a bit touch and go, but we'll do what we can. But that's a wrap on today. Hope you guys enjoyed the vlog 2.0. Next one will be show day, I guess. So see you all there. You know what to do. Like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on comp day.